Salzburg Festival 2007, Daniel Barenboim and his West Eastern Divan Orchestra organized a lecture series which aimed to bring music closer to an especially interested audience. In the style of Oskar Kokoschka's Salzburg School of Seeing, a school for the ear was established, a meeting place where people from many kinds of artistic backgrounds can get together and reach new heights of awareness. The starting point was the active listening in order to experience sound, silence, melody, harmony, rhythm, and more. This is part 2 with the young conductor, Robin Ticciati.
I've looked at the score and I've made probably an emotional decision. It's a feeling.
Don't apologize, we're not in England. Where is the piano?
Piano's on the second bar.
That means you have one bar to go from fortissimo to piano.
So my gaze needs to be a little stronger. We try once more. It's great.
I told you, we are all our victims, you know. Jews and Arabs, victims of British imperialism, you know. Where is the dialogue? I don't see the dialogue. I see... No.
I thought we took the dialogue away.
No.
So I just need to show that a little more. Does that make sense? So we don't reach the crest of our crescendo when they begin to play, but we've already had our crescendo and diminuendo by the time the bassoons come in.
Can I ask you why? I think it is very difficult to understand, let alone judge, to understand what a conductor does with an orchestra, especially with an orchestra of a certain level where the, shall we say, the technical aspects have been resolved. Fortunately, the good orchestras have a way of carrying the conductors in such a way that one is unaware of whatever mistakes they may or may have not made. But, you know, an orchestra at its very best is comprised of excellent musicians who, in the best of cases, have a very similar idea of the music, of the sound, and try to realize it as best as possible. The conductor is there, however, to maybe be able to bring each and every one of these wonderful musicians a step further that they would go without him, and to give a direction to which they can all relate. In the best of cases, a conductor takes from the musicians what they are able to offer him, gives them something of his own in the sense that he puts all of that together. And therefore, in the best of cases, a good performance is a result of a common effort. It is very important to remember that it is the musicians who actually produce the sound. It is not the conductor. Very often one thinks, you know, one hears people, oh, and the conductor so-and-so made such a wonderful sound of the orchestra. In the end, the sound is made by the musicians. Look well. Do you hear anything? I don't. Now. Do you hear? Nothing. The conductor is able to influence, the conductor is able to teach, the conductor is able to animate, the conductor is able to inspire many things, but the sound is produced by the musicians themselves. I think one of the most wonderful things about music is that you cannot separate feeling from thinking. In other words, you can explain to somebody everything that is explicable about music. If he doesn't have a feeling for it, he will not get anywhere. By the same token, somebody who has a wonderful feeling for silence or for sound or for music and doesn't know what there is to be learned will also not be able to fulfill whatever expectation he has. The day with Robin Ticciati, the idea was to show the orchestra and a young, extremely gifted conductor, basically how to rehearse, how a conductor, what he has to listen for. You know, it's not easy sometimes to stand in front of 100 people and hear everything that is going on and have to say immediately, this is wrong or this is wrong, I want this different. It is sometimes quite a complicated affair. If you sit outside in the public, you hear without if you want, the pressure of having to make a comment, you hear in a way much easier. Sorry, Robin. You did say I could stop.
You must stop me at every moment.
No.
It's possible.
No. As somebody said about something else, I think I have very good news for you and some bad news.
Give me the bad news first, definitely.
No, you are wonderfully talented, and that is also the problem. That's what I mean. In the sense that you feel so much about the music that you try to do everything in every single bar, and it becomes a little bit episodic. So can I just try and guide you a little bit?
Guide me through, yeah.
A little bit through. You have from the second bar, you have 4 bars to go in what is nothing but a scale. Right? From piano to pianissimo. Something has to happen so that the diminuendo of these 4 bars is gradual.
Yeah.
There's not too much diminuendo at the beginning so that there's enough. The way it was done now, if I may say so, there was hardly any diminuendo in the last bar, none at all. And then came the surprise of the F sharp, which is a very foreign note in the key of C major. And there was not enough difference in the sound for it to really get to the low point. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, and then you have pianissimo, right? The strings. And the strings have crescendo and diminuendo. It's about 1 bar. And the bassoons play there. The pianissimo is the beginning of the crescendo. How far does this crescendo go to?
Yeah, I mean, I think it should be fast, but it just between mezzo piano and mezzo forte. I mean, just that little moment between.
Yeah, I wonder whether even so much in music, in this style of music. In Tchaikovsky it's different because, you know, you have in every phrase written from triple piano to triple forte with a crescendo. But I think in Mozart, it is basically the dynamic that is written is basically the basic dynamic until there is a